Hi everyone, today we are on this pencil page, but before we start that page I'm just going to show you what I did on the page before. I promised you that I would show you this circle, so I will zoom in and you can see how I completely messed it up. I'm just zooming in. You can see I drew the flowers and I've coloured them in using the same colour scheme I did for this. I'm not brilliant at drawing, but I had a go. Okay, and I did some there as well. But you will notice that I made a spelling error in my centre of my circle. I was really tired when I did this and it wasn't a good idea. I drew lines and I got all prepared. I thought I'm just going to try and write it and do it and just embrace my handwriting. But embracing my poor spelling, not really. So I've had to think of a workaround. So what I did was I took this circle tool here that we used on the other page, drew a circle on a piece of thin layout paper and got some washi tape and just stuck lines all over it, overlapping here, and then I just cut my circle out and then I am going to stick it here. I made it the right size, let me just zoom out a bit, so that my flowers that are overlapping will still show, but it will hide all the writing. So I'm going to glue that in place. I'm not going to do that yet though, because it's going to have a little ridge all the way around. So when I colour the other side, I shall be colouring over that ridge. So I will do that at some point, but not right now. But today we're going to move on and we're just going to colour some pencils. If I can fit them into shot, there we go. So I'm just going to pop a piece of paper behind the page. I like to just put a piece behind. The good thing with this book is it takes a piece of photocopy paper behind the page because of the size of it. There we go. I'm not colouring the right hand page. Johanna's done a couple of videos. She did a quick video, and she did a tutorial live on Facebook colouring these two. So I thought I would do something different. I thought it would be fun to do these pencils. Obviously I won't be doing all of them, but I thought I would give it a go. Now with this, again, you can use a limited colour palette like Johanna did. I think she did on her live, but she didn't on the other one. So you can have a think about what you want to do. I think it's quite fun to have rainbow colour pencils. I'm probably going to do it a bit random. I've picked a Castle Arts set to use just because they're quite nice for blending and things like that. And this particular set is special to me because it was gifted to me by lovely Julie, and it was the first gift that I received when I started making videos. So it's really nice. So it always makes me smile, as do all things that I've been gifted, of course. But it's just a little special one, as you can imagine. It's a bit dark on here. I'm just going to... that throws a shadow, isn't it? I'm not sure. Maybe there. Okay, and we'll start with this dotty pencil. I can zoom in a tad more, but I can't push my book up anymore because of the tripod, so we're going to have to just stay there. I am going to do 2 shades of blue for this pencil. Now, as I said, these Castle Arts, it's the botanical set. If you've got the full set, you'll have all these colours. Otherwise, pick a couple of blues. Even if you're not using Castle Arts, it doesn't matter. I've got a dark blue first. You won't see that very well. No, that's rubbish, isn't it? This is the Ultramarine, so it's a dark blue. So start with the dark one if you want to do what I'm doing. Now, I start with this end of the pencil because otherwise I forget to do it entirely. So we're going to do the lead, as I call it. Obviously we all know they're not lead, thank goodness. We would all be in poorer health if they were. And what I'm going to do is put a darker layer of blue on the very edge of the pencil and then reduce it towards the middle. And what that does is it makes our pencil look a little more rounded. Now we do have a page later with lots and lots of pencils and other colouring materials on, so that's another one where you can practice this technique. It's a bit awkward going around the little circles, and what I'm thinking is it might have been easier if I had started with my light colour, coloured right over those circles in the light, and then just darken them over after. But it's too late for me. But if you haven't started, think about maybe doing that. Might make your life a lot easier. Or of course could go over the circles in pen. I'm aware that I'm really far away. I'm not zoomed in very closely at all. and I hope that's okay. Maybe I'll zoom in a bit more and just not do the whole pencil so you can actually see, because I just feel that you're not used to being so far away. Oh, let's zoom in more. There we go. Oops, you need to see the tip. So I'm just going to do half the pencil then and just show you this technique. So I'm just doing a lighter amount and then darkening up these edges. A little bit tricky here where we're overlapping, but do the best I can. And you need a fairly sharp pencil to do these edges, really. I'm just seeing mine doesn't need sharpening that much. But another way to do it is to do an even layer all over like this, just making sure you can still see. So you can see this is quite even, not perfect. I can't do it perfectly. Okay, and then go in for the edge and start to darken that, and then pull that colour towards the middle. So you can do it that way if you want to. So it's a slightly different technique, but it could be easier for you. And hopefully you can see it's a little bit lighter down the middle and darker on the edges. And that gives the impression that our pencil is a bit more rounded. So I'm going to finish there. Can't do all the way down to the bottom, and grab my light blue. This is the cerulean blue light. Might be able to see it now we're zoomed in. And it doesn't matter what shade you use, of course. I want to try and do a similar thing now, so make it a little bit darker on the edge and a lighter one here, just so that it continues to emphasize. Oh, I'm just looking outside because I can hear a car. Sounds like a delivery van. So I don't know if you're like me, it's very exciting. I've already had a delivery this morning. Well, you'll laugh because the postman came, and so that's a blue one. We're going to do a stripy one now. Oh, we need to do this wood bit. Now what I find is just a brown usually works, but the wood bit on a pencil, if you look at these, is not that dark. So I'm going to use the yellow ochre actually. It's quite a browny colour, you can see. Anyway, you'll laugh at my story. And what I usually do is do all of them in one go. So I'll do this one, and then I'll just do all of those. I'm just going to do this one because we won't. Let me see how we're doing for time. Well, we might get 3 done. Anyway, you'll laugh. I heard the postman this morning come to the door, and I was like, oh, post, you know, it was exciting. I don't know if you get excited, maybe it's just me. But anyway, so I rushed downstairs, and it was a very exciting package. We're going to start with the Cadmium Orange. I shall keep you in suspense while you wonder what my package was. It was a set of lateral flow tests, woo, which I'd ordered online the other day and had forgotten all about. So that was so exciting. And in a continuation of my jolly exciting things, as you see, I'm doing the same thing, dark on the edge, lighter in the middle. My emails have just started telling me, I've updated my, the thing I store my emails in, it's called Thunderbird, it's just a piece of software on my PC. And it's updated so that it puts a little note by the icon on my desktop to tell me when I've received an email. So I came back up from retrieving my hugely exciting package, and I had an email. I was like, ooh, open my email, and the email says, your Royal Mail parcel has been delivered, your COVID tests. I was like, oh my goodness, oh dear. So that was my exciting morning. Can you imagine? I don't know how I didn't just explode with excitement, but anyway, I did get a more interesting package. Okay, I will do the whole pencil, but you can't see the bottom, so I won't worry. And I'm going to do a red stripe. I'm just going to sharpen this red. It is the it's the red ochre, so it's a more orangey red. And I think I'm going to make this pencil red on the end. It doesn't really matter, does it? I'd sort of like, if I do 2 stripes, I like it to be one of the colours, unless I do it silvery, like as if it's a graphite pencil. But I think these should be coloured pencils. I think Johanna says in her text that they're colouring pencils. She says, create your dream set of colouring pencils, which is interesting. You can imagine this one, you could do it in sort of lots of different colours, or there's one here that you could do in lots of colours. And oops, there are pencils. I've got one here actually which write in different colours. I'll show you. Oh, here it is. It's a really pretty pencil. I can't get it out of my box. There we go. It's a really fat pencil. And on the end it writes in red, blue and white. It's a Koh-i-Noor Hartmouth Magic pencil because it writes in all these different colours. But actually, because I don't know if it's me, I haven't used it for a while, they don't blend. So it looks a little bit strange. You just get these bits of colour, and because it's got white in it, it doesn't always look so. And I've also got this fat one here which has got blue, red, yellow and green in it. I think this is a Super Fenby, it's a Lyra, Super Furby, sorry, it's a Lyra pencil, a similar principle. And again, they don't blend. So the colours are so far away from each other on the sort of colour, what's it called, colour wheel, that's really difficult to blend them. So you just get lumps of colour, and it can be fine, but I like blending things together. So so there's that pencil. We'll leave that. Now we've got a completely plain one. I think I am going to do that plain. I'm looking at my pencils and I have got a colour here that doesn't really go with any other one. So I think this is my Cadmium Red. Oh, if you can see it. Oh, it's terrible light. Oh, here we're getting today. And I'm going to do this red. I know it's a bit odd to have two reds next to each other, but I want it to look like it's a random mishmash, you know, like when you get a tube of pencils and you just whack them out on the desk, tip them, they roll everywhere. That's what I want to achieve here. I don't want to have a sort of, you know, organised rainbow, which would probably look lovely, to be honest. But you have to plan that in advance, and I obviously didn't. So these are going to be a bit more random. And again, I'm trying to go lighter in the middle and dark on the outside. To try and I find it a bit easier to slowly draw that colour in, like that. You can try and even it out a bit. You can even use a blending pencil to help you. But the darker it is on the outside compared to the centre, the more of an effect you get. So it's worth spending a little bit of time going over and over just a bit, so that you get that effect. There we go. Okay, I'm actually going to make that do today, get you started, and hopefully you'll be motivated to carry on and do the rest. This is quite a nice page because it's all colouring. There's nothing scary, there isn't even much space to do any drawing. So anyone who just likes colouring like me, it's very relaxing. And I'm just going to colour in that wood bit here actually. And so it's lovely. I feel like I just want to finish it now, but I'm on my lunch break, so I better better get some lunch in a minute, to be honest. But anyway, I'm going to make that do. So I hope that's okay, and it's got you sort of started with how to colour a pencil. And thank you very much for watching, and happy colouring.